Inside this St. Joseph area warehouse lives a new old band that's ready to take you back in time. Let's take a look.
Here we come, walk down the street.
If you were a kid in the 80s, you might remember the magic of the Rock-afire explosion at Showbiz Pizza Place.
Okay, this is Rolf the Wolf. Yeah, and I'm Earl Smurl. And we're coming at you live and in person here from Showbiz Pizza Place, and it's our pleasure to do the next introduction.
The pizza chain, started by Aaron Fechter in Kansas City, went nationwide and featured singing and dancing animatronics that were revolutionary for their time.
Let the bluebirds fly by.
After Chuck E. Cheese Pizza Time Theater filed for bankruptcy and Showbiz purchased their assets, it was decided to keep the Chuck E. Cheese name and characters, closing the curtain on the Rock-afire Explosion Band. Now, one St. Joseph local is picking up where Fechter left off and is getting the band back together. Jack Turner is a 20-year-old St. Joseph native who restores, rebuilds, and resells the singing animatronic characters.
I started restoring whenever I was 15, but I did get interested in it whenever I was 11.
Turner's passion ignited by the 2014 release of the indie horror game Five Nights at Freddy's, a game in which haunted animatronic robots roam the halls of an abandoned pizza place looking for their next victim.
What really intrigued me were animatronics because it was a technology that I'd never seen before. So I looked up online what inspired Five Nights at Freddy's, and I found out about Showbiz Pizza Place and the Rock-afire Explosion, and I guess here I am now, nearly 9 years later.
Turner's interest in the game turned into a passion.
Around age 15, I wanted to be able to fund my own projects because this is a costly hobby, so I had to start learning to restore and sell the characters. My dad, he loaned me the money to buy those initial characters because I told him, hey Dad, I think I can resell these characters and be able to pay you back and then also be able to restore.
But how does Turner get from this to this?
Well, welcome back, folks, to another great show here by the Rock-afire Explosion.
Whenever I entered the community and entered my interest in animatronics, I didn't know anything about mechanics, anything about electronics. I learned all of this stuff. I learned how to paint. All the faces on the characters, I painted those, all the hands, all the feet, and that took years. I feel very lucky because I've learned so much and met so many great people through this.
One of the people he met just so happened to be Aaron Fechter, the Rock-afire Explosion creator himself, who became a mentor to Turner throughout his restoration journey.
He has been an amazing mentor for the past 8 years. I actually found Aaron's email on his website, and I started emailing him, and I think my first email was, what can I get for $100? Because I didn't have a budget at the time. I'm super happy to know someone as talented as him because this show is amazing. It's kind of a shame that it's not as popular as it used to be, you know. And I hope that through the restoration of the show we can kind of bring it back.
And while Turner has been restoring the Rock-afire characters for nearly a decade, 4 years ago Turner set out to bring the entire show back to its glory.
On average, I would spend about 20 to 30 hours a week, but there are some weeks that I have to work on them a lot more, especially whenever I was finishing up this project. I was working here 14-hour days just to get it done. I wanted this show to look exactly how it looked in 1983 whenever they were fresh out of the factory, and I feel like I've come pretty close to that.
Going from his projects in his parents' garage to now operating an entire show and restoration business, all within a warehouse, Turner has taken to the internet to share his knowledge and success throughout his journey.
Whenever I first joined, there were no resources for restoring the characters, so I didn't really know what I was doing. There were a couple people that helped me out. Aaron helped me a lot, but there were not that many resources, so I wanted to help people out and post a lot of my restoration work. I'm happy to entertain people and hopefully teach people something at the same time.
And now, after years of working tirelessly on the show, the stage is set, and Fats, Billy Bob, Beach Bear, and the rest of the gang are ready to relive their glory days.
What I enjoy most is sharing the show with people, sharing the music that I enjoy so much, and just the experience of the show. That's like a large portion of what makes this so enjoyable, is being able to share it with other people. Whenever I was 11, I wouldn't have envisioned selling characters, let alone actually, in the end, having a full Rock-afire Explosion.
Well, after 4 years, the Rock-afire Explosion is ready for you to come check them out for yourself. You can book a tour through animatronicswarehouse.com and come and play in the band. Reporting, Courtney Rowe, KQ2 News.